Hey everybody, I'm going to give people a couple more minutes just to hop on before we get started. This is the first time I do this webinar version, so bear with me. Hey Chrissy, hey ladies. So can everybody hear me? Because I realize I can't see anybody. Okay, perfect. So I apologize in advance for my sickness, and I'm probably going to cough a bunch throughout the presentation. How do I see? Oh, okay, there we go. No. How do I see the chat? That's not what I want. Chat. Okay, there we go. Now I can see the chat, so I can actually see. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, a horrible sickness. The kids are sick, so I'm just hoping that both kids don't wake at the same time during this call. Okay, so I said 2 minutes, but you know what? I'm going to dive right in because I'm a mom and I just got to roll with when things are going. So, okay, for those that don't know me, my name is Melissa O'Shea, also known as Melissa Bordage. I've been a coach for 4 years, which is crazy to think. Not actively working for 4 years, working-ish for 3 years. I was an elite coach in 2017. I did not hit elite last year. I will talk about that. You guys are all too sweet. I'm going to try not to read the comments. Yeah, sick with 2 kids are like with full-on fevers too. Mama, it's for real. But this is all where I'm going to come to tonight. So little fun fact is I don't do team Uproar calls. Like I didn't do team Uproar calls last year because I was always busy at this time because putting my kids to bed. And I was like, it's family time and this is all part of my realization and where I'm going to go with this call, which you guys know the topic. It's all about raising your standard. And so this is why I'm here. When Angie asked if I could do the call, I didn't hesitate for a second for the first time. I just knew I wanted to come on and I wanted to rock it because that is the mindset that I'm going with for this year because I am done playing small. Okay. So like I said, I've been a coach for 4 years and I've had some amazing accomplishments in my business. I went from part-time coaching to full-time coaching. I left my 9 to 5. My light just got brighter, I think. Sorry. I went to full-time coaching. And probably one of the biggest accomplishments. And so where that stemmed from is I was going to have babies. I knew I was going to have babies. I didn't want to stay at my 9 to 5 job, which is like draining my life. And so at the end of my maternity leave, I decided I was going to stay home. And that took a lot of sacrifices. But I did it and I ended up staying home that year. I hit elite that year. A lot of huge accomplishments. But despite that, I realized looking at 2017 that I was still playing it small. And so what I mean about that is 2017 came and it happened. I was pregnant. I had my second child in June, little Poppy, little Miss Poppy. My first son is Charlie. He's 2, so I'm flipping busy. And I let life get the best of me in 2017. I still bounced back so much faster this time, both in my fitness journey and both in coaching than I did my first pregnancy. And so I'm super proud about that. But when I was looking at my 2017 and I'm doing, living my best year ever with my team Heart, go team, go. And I had to look at 2017 and self-evaluate. And one of the first things was to come up with a list of 10 things I did well. And I got to 4 and I was stuck. I was absolutely stuck. I couldn't think of anything that I'd done. I was not happy with what I had accomplished in 2017. And I was super happy about where my team was going, the direction of all that. Like we didn't hit elite and whatever not, but that's okay. We have the best culture we've ever had. We have the best vibe. I have the best friends I've ever had. And I love our team so much, but I wasn't happy with where I was at in my life. And as I said, going full time, I'm going to try not to get emotional. But for those that don't know me, I am an emotional as fuck person, and I get very passionate, which is why I don't, yes, Jade, I am recording. It does say I'm recording. It did it automatically, I think. But I don't do a lot of the PowerPoint kind of presentations because I really just honestly speak from my heart. And that's just kind of my style. And I'm a tough love. I'm a real talk kind of person. But so real talk, I was looking back at the things in my life. It took a lot of sacrifices to become a full-time coach. And I am so unbelievably grateful to my husband, who's my biggest supporter. But it was hard. It was definitely hard. I didn't match my income 100% before leaving, which entrepreneur does. Most don't. The time when you're supposed to move on to your business is when you get 40% of your income. Because if you're hustling part-time and you've met 40% of your income, then if you're putting full-time in, then you should be able to build up to that matching percentage, right? But that's not always the way it is. And there's life that gets thrown into there. So there were sacrifices made. There's things in my life that stress me out. There's the fact that I've accumulated some debt because of my shift to the full-time. And I knew that was going to happen more than I thought it was going to happen. But that's one thing that plays super heavy on my heart. And for anybody that knows debt and the stress of debt and what finances and money can do to you and to your relationships with yourself, with your spouse, with your family, with people, it's hard. So I wasn't happy with that in 2017. And I wasn't happy with the things that I knew we had delayed. We delayed things, goals that we had so that I could pursue my dream. So yes, unbelievably grateful to my husband for being there and for supporting me in doing that. But then I had this realization where at the end of 2017, I was like, okay, what have I done? Could I have done more? I look at other people, and it's not about comparing, but I look at what's possible in this business, and I know what's possible within myself and what I could have done, and I wasn't happy with that. It brought me down to my core, because I know so many of the struggles we had this year, so many of the places we want to be, we could have been closer had I set the bar higher, had I worked harder. And so I said to myself at the end of the year, hell no. Am I going another year and keep getting us either further from our goals or not getting us closer to our goals? And I am going to do whatever it takes to get us there. And I really just realized that, like, I need to just compete with who I need to be. And so I'm like, I don't know what is holding me back. Honestly, I have a why that makes me cry every flipping day. I'm emotional as ever. So it's not that. It's my standards. My standards. It's the fact that my standards are so low that other things get in the way. Watching TV gets in the way. Emotional challenges, arguments, things get me down. So I watch TV to get back into a mood. My kids, everything. Social gatherings come and I don't want to miss out. So many things get in the way because my standard for myself and for where I want to be in the business was so low last year. And so I said no more. And I was actually inspired by a coach that I met at Leadership. This is why you got to get yourself to live events, because me meeting this coach and having this conversation with this coach and then this coach speaking, like 2 weeks later on a national wake-up call, it just like blew my mind. And I was like, dude, I didn't even realize that you were freaking crushing it so much in your business. And she's a top 10 fucking coach this year, and which is mind blowing. And I just looked at everything she accomplished and being a mom. I was like, that could have been me. She was elite for the first time the same year I was. And that could have been me. The changes she's able to bring to her family, that could have been me. I wasn't going to get emotional. But the struggles that I face every single day, those could have been gone if I would have worked fucking harder. And so I'm not letting another year pass by. And I had that moment where I reached out to Holly and I said to her, girl, what the F did you do? What did you decide in your head? Because I just had this feeling that, and this is my big thing, I was like, I need to do something crazy. I need to do something unreal, set the bar so flipping high for myself that I will not fail, that I'm going to go for it and I'm going to fucking hit it. And so I said to her, I feel like I'm going nuts right now, but I just had this mindset, this idea that I need to go for top 10. And like, I am not a rank person. I like the top 10 trip was amazing. Obviously I was totally jealous watching Angie on the top 10 trip and being like, oh my God, and all this stuff. But that's not what fuels me at all. But I was like, what fuels me to be a top 10 coach is not everything that comes with it, but it's the skills that are required to be a top 10 coach. What does a top 10 coach have? Why has Melanie Mitchell been a top 10 coach for number one coach for 3? I wonder, they find out today if she was top 10 again. Pretty sure she will be. Number one, I mean, what does she have? She has unwavering discipline. She wakes up at 5 o'clock or 5:30 every single day. She works out. She has her schedule. She sticks to it. She doesn't let anything stop her. There are days when she doesn't want to do it, but she shows up anyway. The discipline that she has, her ability to implement things right away, that's another top 10 skill. Sorry for making people cry. The motivation she has, the passion she has, the fire that she has, all of that, the standard, the bar that she has set in every other top coach in this business, the reason why they are achieving that is because they've just set their bar so high that nothing is going to get in the way of them hitting it. They're not going to struggle with discipline because that bar is so goddamn high that failure is not an option. It is stressing me out today that I'm not already at like closer to my goal for January. But that stress is a good stress because I know that the only way that stress is going to disappear is if I talk to more people and I get more people excited and pumped up and energized and on board. And so I've already seen such a huge shift. And that's what made me realize is this is what top 10 coaches do. So if you want to be the best that you can be in your field, in your organization, then you need to be doing what the other best are doing. And I'm not talking about the exact things that they're doing. I'm talking about the bar that they set for themselves, the standard that they set, and that unwavering focus and discipline. And so I knew if I wanted to finally have that for once in my life, because I'm a competitive person, I'm a hard fucking worker. There's no surprise to my closest friends that I'm doing this because they're like, Melissa, you do anything and crush anything. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, why the fuck am I not crushing it? Like, why am I letting so many things stop me from crushing it when I got like I can? And it's because of that, the low standard and the lack of discipline. And so I'm going for top 10. Okay, so I digress. I told Holly, I'm like, am I freaking nuts that I'm going for top 10 right now? And she was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And we talked through the mindset. We talked through some of the things. And I was like, okay, I'm going to share this with my team. And that's exactly what I did. I shared it with my team. And I got real with them. And the reason why, guys, I'm walking you through this right now is so that you can see for yourselves, like, where this brings you if you have a shift in terms of what you want to do and then what you can do to go there, like what you should do next. So I spoke to my team because, yeah, top 10 kind of takes your team. It's participation, right? It's a team. One of my coaches, Rebecca DeChico, teamwork makes the dream work, totally does. So my team needed to be on board. But when I spoke to my team, I got really real. I got really vulnerable. We have amazing team calls now, which are literally like chats where we talk to each other. We know each other now. We're friends. And I was real with them. I spoke about the financial stress. I spoke about the stress that's putting on my relationships. I spoke about my unhappiness with myself. I cried in front of them. And I just had a moment. And then I was scared. And I told them I was scared. And I was like, you know what? This is what I need to do. In order for me to hit this, this is the goal I need to go for. And regardless of whether or not they're on board, I'm like, I'm going to go for it anyway, because I'm going to control what I can control my own. But it'd be a lot better if people wanted to do it with me. And I was super scared, and I forgot that I had it muted. And so when I said it, like, it was like, quiet. And I was kind of like, my heart just kind of sank, and then I realized it was muted, and I could see all their faces, and they were all happy and all excited. And they were. I was absolutely amazed at the reception that they got. And literally, I think they were just fueled by my passion and my fire and my vulnerability. And so that's one of the things that I'm sharing. And that's what Holly shared with me, is that she literally just put out her passion and her fire in every single thing that she was doing, in every single post that she was doing. And she was sharing that and putting that energy out into the world. And that's what she was bringing in. 2017 saw her bringing in one amazing human being after another that had dreams of going big and making big changes in their life and taking control of their health, taking control of their finances, taking control of their mind, because that was the energy she was putting out. And so I have made it my mission since I decided for this, that is what I'm going to do. And I am just going to build and build and build and share. And that does require checking back with myself. So I did make notes because I often tend to go out on tangents and stuff. Okay. So there's a quote that I actually wanted to share with you guys. So I wrote it down because I'm not going to remember it off by heart. I'm freaking mom brain here. But in terms of where I want to be, the things that I didn't accomplish in 2017, what I could have done for my family had I not fucking failed them, which is how I feel. Literally how I feel, like I failed my family. And that's a huge burden that sits on someone's shoulders and sits on someone's heart, and even bigger, this burden that sits on your heart. And so that is firing me up every single day. And I'm not saying you have to find something negative to think on or a huge, massive failure to think of and reflect on, but that's what it takes for me, is to know that that failure is there in the opportunity that presents itself. And I have a choice, just like I had a choice when I decided between maternity, like going back to work and staying home forever with my flipping kids, no matter what. And I made that choice. I have that same decision now to make our life good or to make it shit and not do what's within my ability to do. And so it's not necessarily just about the money. It's not about this, but it's literally about everything that you become when you set that bar high and you hustle and you accomplish amazing greatness. It's about who you become as a person. And that's the same thing I said, why I'm going for top 10. It's not about hitting top 10. It's about becoming a top 10 caliber coach. So I know if I don't hit top 10, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die. I'm going to become, if I get even close to my goal and stay even close to on track with being a like the work and the skill and the discipline that's required to be a top 10 coach, I'm going to accomplish amazing things and become an amazing human being. And that's what I want to do. And so this is Tony's quote, and it's so, so true. It's not what we get that makes us happy. It's who we become and what we're able to give because of who we become. And that's what I want to do. It's what I want to be able to give my family. And not just my family. If I think about what I can bring for my family, I know for every me that's out there, there are thousands more people in a situation very similar to mine, in as much pain as I'm in as much struggle as I'm in more struggle than I'm in. And it's my responsibility to myself and to my family to share how this opportunity is amazing and can change my life. It will change my life this year. It will change my family's life, and how it can change theirs. And so I'm putting that energy out there, and I'm sharing that away, because as much as, yes, my family is my fire and changing our life is what's driving me, to know that I have that ability to help change another family's life and another family's life just brings more goodness into the mix, guys. So what I'm going to leave, I always say leave you with, but I'm probably going to talk for a little bit longer. But look at your 2017. Look at how it went for you. Are you, first off, look at the good. What did you accomplish that you were so darn proud of? And then what did you miss? Where could you have improved upon? Are you happy with 2017? If you are, then great. Keep going. Strive for more. Tony also says that progress is happiness. Guys, progression, that's happiness. So keep going, keep building, because I can tell you, I was growing and growing and growing, and I stopped last year. And that was not happiness. That was not happiness. I put the pause on, and that brought a lot of unhappiness, not just to myself. But you don't notice that because you get so stuck in friggin' life and in the moment that it's only upon after, at the end of the year, upon reflection, that you're like, oh, shit. So, sorry, I get so distracted by the comments, but I love seeing the comments, guys. So I'll read through them after if I can too. So, so yeah, huge, crazy, crazy goals. So evaluate your 2017. Figure out why you're doing this. Figure out why you're doing this. And yeah, find a why that is so, so powerful to you. And it can be anything. The beauty of one thing that I discovered on my team this year is that we have a lot of coaches that come from different backgrounds that have different goals. Not everyone wants to be a full-time coach. Not everybody wants to make six figures. A lot of my coaches, I have a decent number of coaches that actually love their full-time job. And so that was one thing at leadership too. The whole thing, part-time coaching can be sexy, guys. It definitely can, because not everybody's goals are going to be the same. But what you need to do is set your bar for yourself higher. So even my part-time coaches are setting their bar flipping high because of the purpose. What are they doing in coaching? And I'm going to share, I hope she doesn't mind, but I'm going to share one of my part-time coaches. I won't put names in case she does mind, but I don't think she does. She looked back at 2017 and realized with part-time Beachbody coaching that she was able to pay off $10,000 of her debt. She's a full-time teacher and loves absolutely teaching and doesn't want to be, okay, Rebecca, thanks, doesn't want to go full-time coaching. Like, that's not her dream. So it's like when we're going for like whatever Star Diamond, she's like, yeah, I'm good with Diamond. She didn't even know, like, she wasn't even going for Diamond or anything before. But now she is, because she knows she needs to raise her bar. She was able to pay off 10 grand of debt thanks to coaching. And that was huge for her. She didn't even realize how much she paid off. Like, this is huge. And so she's going. She's not stopping. She's going higher and higher. And she realizes, too, that whatever this opportunity is for her, it can be that and more for somebody else. So that's where it's like, don't think small. Get outside. Like, think big for yourself in terms of why you're doing this, what fires you up about it, what things in your life are you unhappy with, because you have the ability to change that with Beachbody. You 100% do. Pretty much almost anything you're unhappy with in your life right now, you can change with Beachbody. And so use that and know that in doing that and sharing that with people, that you can help other people overcome their demons and change their life and transform their lives and their families' lives and everything. So share. But again, why are you doing this? Figure out why you're doing it and let it light a fire within you and get really real and vulnerable with yourself. And then raise your standards. Raise your standards for yourself. Stop playing small, because you are doing nobody any favors by playing small. And I'm not trying to say that people's goals are mediocre. They're not. But I can assure you, and this was an awesome thing that Emily said today too, and it's the same thing, is there are coaches that are going to start this year in January and going to say, my goal is to be a diamond coach by December. That's 12 months, guys. 12 months. You're playing small ball. If you're going to give yourself 12 months to become a diamond coach, it takes 12 people in your little organization to be a diamond coach. That's one person a month. You guys can do more than that. One person a month? Do you really only want to help one person a month? That is not the bar you need to be setting for yourself. No small ball. Balls to the wall. That's what one of my team's mottos for this year is, balls to the wall. But realize you need to raise the bar, no matter what your goals are. I challenge you just to, like, if you had your goals already set, raise it a little bit higher. What harm is going to come from raising the bar? The more you raise it, the harder you're going to work, because the goal is that much higher that you're going to have to work flipping harder, which means if you set that bar high, you're for sure going to accomplish the goals that you originally set because your bar is way higher. So raise the damn bar, and you'll be surprised with what happens. You raise the bar about who's around you. And that's one thing too, is your standards are often set by your environment. And that's why we say you're the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, because you truly are. That's the impact. That's the, that's like what not motivates you, but like, yes, what motivates you, but that's what like it imprints on you. Like it literally does. Just like how when you're pregnant and you become pregnant, you start noticing pregnant people everywhere, or you're buying a new car and all of a sudden now there's Subarus everywhere. You're like, what? I've never noticed so many Subarus. It literally, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And so if you're surrounding yourself by people that have their standard of life so low, and it's not to put people down, there's a reason why there's a reason why we joined an MLM, guys, because we want to be part of the 2%. We want to be part of the 2% of people that exceed their standard norm of living and go for something higher. 2% of people. So raise your bar and try to be that 2% and try to get to that 2% a hell of a lot faster. Now, once you raise your standard, share it with your team. Because guys, we're in this together, and whether or not they're on board with the exact same goals you have, they don't need to be. You want them to be fired up and figure out what the heck they want and why they're doing it, and then figure out their goals. But you need to share it with them, because you need that. You need to put it out there. You have to put it out into the world. And if you go telling like everybody on your social media like what your goals are, it's just gonna like kind of like blow over their heads. They're not gonna get it because it's so far out of their reach. Now, not to say that I don't plan on sharing publicly what I'm going for and stuff. I already have been sharing that I'm going for huge, crazy changes. I'm not gonna go with specifics and stuff, but we have some big, crazy goals. But I am gonna share them. But most people aren't going to get it. Not to say you don't share it strategically. But your team will get it. So talk to your team. Do it over a video so that people can see you and you can see them, and you guys can talk and you can share what's in your heart, and you can get real and raw and vulnerable, because it's the relationships that we build in this business with our challengers, with our coaches, with our teams, with people that we meet at live events, that really build a huge framework in this business. Every huge movement that I've had came from a relationship. Even would I have even thought of top 10 had I not met Holly at leadership and spoke to her and then saw her on the national wake-up call? Would that have triggered? I don't even know. Odds are maybe not, most likely not. But it was me seeing another mom do it that I was like, damn, that could have been my fucking family. She's going to be moving across the Atlantic. I could be moving across the goddamn Atlantic. Man, oh man, oh man. So share it with your team. Get real, get open, and encourage them to do the same thing. And then make a plan and friggin' crush it. Don't stop at anything. My team and I, we did our dream boards, and that was super emotional and huge and crazy. And so 1 week I went live with them and I shared with them my goal. And then I gave them a week to put their dream boards together. And we built our dream boards, and then we got on another live Zoom call, and then we shared our dream boards and we each talked through them. And our dream boards, we created a new team group and everything to really change up the vibe, because we are not playing small anymore. So whoever the fuck wants to do whatever they're doing over there can stay over there, and whoever wants to come and fucking set their bar high for themselves and go for their goals is coming into our new team group. And in that team group, one of the first photo albums is going to be our dream boards, because I want those girls to see every single day what it is that they are doing this for, the things that they want to accomplish, the changes for their family, the changes for themselves, that confidence that they want to have in themselves, and the ability to know that they fucking crushed it. They crushed their goals and made it happen. So no more playing small ball. And I feel like it's something else I wanted to say In terms of, another quick tip, in terms of your dream board, one of the times that I had the best accountability in terms of discipline is when my dream board was flipping everywhere. So I'm doing that again, printing it off and putting copies everywhere because I'm a creature of habit. But I've already noticed, and that's why I say, like, when you set the bar high and you know, it's like when you're up against the wall and you're like, it is failure. And what does failure mean for my family or us getting closer to our goals one step at a time? You're going to choose this. And so it doesn't take a lot now for me to snap back and turn off the damn TV, or not even turn on the TV, because the why I'm doing this is so much stronger now. What I want to accomplish and what I want to achieve means so much more to me than anything else right now. Now, a lot of that too, like, share it with your partner. That's the other thing. You have to share your goals and your dreams with your partner. And as scared as I was to share with my husband what my goals were, because I'm like, he's probably heard this before. How many years do we go saying, oh, I got these big goals, I got these big goals, I got these big goals, and we don't do it? I was scared. But you can tell when someone is serious versus someone is just making a bullshit goal. That I'm going to call a bullshit goal. Because last year I made some bullshit goals and I didn't have the fire and I didn't have the passion and I didn't have the work ethic and the discipline. And it showed from the very beginning, and our team accomplished very little other than becoming the best little community and family ever, which is a huge, huge accomplishment in itself. But it took us we got there, and now we have a fire lit within us and we are making shit happen. So guys, I hope that was helpful. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I wanted to start by saying thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's a huge honor to be able to be here with you guys. The first call of 2018. I would have, like, honestly, truth, I would have been totally terrified to, like, hop on, even if Angie, like, asked or anything. I was always terrified, like, avoid the team calls. Like, I think the only other one I did was when I did it with with three other girls. Three other girls, as if they're like, no, Christina, Lauren. No, it's just Lauren, Caitlin. It's just Lauren and Caitlin. I can't even remember now. My mama brain is horrendous. But yeah, again, you flip that switch, you raise your bar high, and you fucking go for it. And when you get called to do things like this, you do it, because that's what a top 10 coach would do. I didn't think twice about it, because that's what a top 10 coach would have done. If they would have been like, can you get on? Absolutely. I didn't even hesitate for a second. I did go ask my husband just to make sure, because I want to respect that boundary too, because we do put our kids down to bed. But that took me all of 2 seconds. And of course he was on board, and I messaged Angie, dude, I'm on. And I shared my ideas, because you got to act like the person that you want to become and do the things that a person that you want to become would do without fault every single day. So one of the biggest things on my dream board to remind myself is unwavering focus and discipline, because that is my biggest struggle, and that is what I need to overcome, and that is what a top 10 coach has. So that's my huge, crazy big goals. Again, guys, thank you so much for hopping on this call. If you guys can always pester me with questions in the team Uproar page at any time. But yeah, there's not really anything to have questions about. You just got to figure out your own shit and figure out what you want and where you want to go. So before I ramble anymore, thanks again, guys. You guys are amazing. Make 2018 friggin' strong. And remember, the answers are always there. There's a reason why I don't do the whole slide thing. And I stopped doing those kind of calls with my team, is because I'm not going to waste my fucking time putting together notes that I found from going and learning on Google and YouTube. Like, they can do the same thing too. And that's the other thing, is no one waits. A top 10 coach doesn't wait for someone to teach them something. If they have a problem, if they have an issue, they go figure it the fuck out. So in just another couple of tips about things that I'm doing in order to just raise my bar is literally put friggin' content out like no tomorrow. Like I said, I'm done playing small. So I'm not saying that everybody has to do this, but I'm vlogging. I'm blogging. I'm literally, and I was like, I've been one of those people that would blog, say I would blog for like ever. every New Year's was a resolution. I'm going to blog, I'm going to blog, I'm going to blog. So I've already vlogged twice, released my second one tonight. I'm going to be blogging. I'm literally going to do another Facebook Live thing every single week too. Like I'm literally just going 10 to the dozen, 10 times into everything, because that's what a top 10 coach would do. So figure out, oh, that's the one thing that I didn't say, guys. Figure out what it takes. Whatever your goals are, and this is what I said with my team, make sure the goals that you set for yourself are realistic with the actions that you're willing to do and the work that you're willing to put in. Because if they're not, then your goals are not, like, you haven't done deep enough, I guess. You're not tied enough to why you want to go after those goals, because the actions that you're going to do need to match the goals that you have. So make sure that they do, or else you're just going to fail. And that's just being brutally honest with you guys. So that's what I'm doing. I'm saying the bar is super high, and I know I got to put in shit ton of work in order to make that happen. So thanks again, guys. I feel like there's something else, but that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm going to go hustle a bit, get my video out, because, oh, that's one thing. Sorry, one thing. A huge thing in terms of raising your standards. And like right now, I would love to go sleep. I would love to go get some sleep because I've been sick for fucking 2 weeks. I would love to get some sleep and rest. But what I should be doing is no longer a should for me. They're must. So the fact that I have to do I've committed to releasing a vlog every single Thursday. I'm going to release a fucking vlog tonight, no matter what time. If like, I'm going to sit down now and get my video edited and get it up, because my should is now a must. And so when you set your bar so high and your standards so high, your shoulds become must. That's the huge difference there. It's no longer what I should be doing. No, you must do this. You will not go to fucking sleep until you finish it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of nights when I stay up till like 2, 3 in the morning. And yeah, as a mom of 2, that's hard. I raise my 2 fucking kids every single day. I have an amazing husband who's super supportive, but I'm very busy. But my reasons for doing things are a lot more powerful than the tiredness that I feel, the stupid sinusy symptoms and stuff that I have. Like, yes, I'm looking after my health too. Obviously, I'm still eating well and doing all the other good things, but my musts are musts, and they're happening no matter what. So that was the very last thing. I swear that was the last little bit on my notes. So love you guys so much. I am so pumped. I feel like there was so much momentum that built up in 2017 that I cannot wait to see what everybody accomplishes in 2018. And I'm so blessed to not only just have my amazing team, Team Heart, but to be part of Team Uproar and all the freaking leaders on Team Uproar and the people that inspire me to be an amazing human. And that's why show up in your team groups, guys, because be around all this energy and those people that are freaking crushing it. Surround yourself with that and those people, and make those your 5 people, because that, again, your standards, raise them. Okay. Go crush 2018. Love y'all.